Hello, how are you today? Um, I had a chance to watch the Hamaguchi Ryusuke's film called Asako 1 and 2. The reason why I decided to watch this movie is because I watched this Hamaguchi's film for the first time in Happy Hour, and I really liked that. Happy Hour is about adult stories of the friendship and the camaraderie, difficulty in relationship, so forth, and divorce and so forth. So it's very adult-oriented film. So when I found Asako 1 and 2 is after the taking the this Happy Hour. So another very good film that I started to watch. Then for me it's very difficult to watch because it started with this young people's culture, like going to discotheque, dancing, and young lovers. I think they fall in love in first sight, and it's very. I wouldn't say mature, but that's kind of a from adults' point of view. It looks like a matured way of approaching the love, and all the friendship depicted in this film. Also, it's not like happy hour. Just hold on a second. Happy hour friendship. It's because she was beautiful. You make friends, and he's good looking, handsome. You want to make friends with those people, and its attitude is something like that. Not much of depth in their characters or in their mind or anything like that. There's nothing there. It's a very superficial approach to the love. And so I was wondering why Hamaguchi decided to take this type of movie. And I have to think about Hamaguchi also probably had a pressure to make more commercially successful movie because the movie audience is all young people, a teenager to 20s or sometimes 30s, and after like 30 years old or something, some people stop enjoying movies because they feel that the movies in the at the theaters are all for young people, and you don't enjoy as much as a very fresh eyes of the movie art. You've seen that all that, so you are not that much interested. You are more into more deep relationship or more adult-like movies that you are interested. So I am the same way. I think when I was younger, especially when I was like a junior high school era, and I was like deep into popular culture, and popular culture is more or less most of the people, young people, and so you grow up from that particular young age and going to the little bit older, and you slowly change into more adult like entertainment or something like a more artists tend to go more deeper artists like in singing. You tend to look for the meaning of the lyrics, something like that. You want to enjoy the more emotional content of the music and so forth. And so this movie, I think targeted for the young people, definitely, and not for older generations. And so I started to watch, and yeah, well, it's yeah, this is for young people, and maybe I shouldn't watch, and I stopped watching, and for a while, and but a couple of days later, yeah, well, I decided to do Hamaguchi's story, therefore I have to watch this, and also I saw in the YouTube um, this actor who was drive my car. Um, he was saying he's probably the actor was Nishijima, Hidetoshi, I think. Hidetoshi Nishijima. He's a very good looking, good actor. And he was at this interview at Cannes Film Festival. He was saying that, wow, when I was cast in this movie, I was pleased and I was awed because the director is formerly directed this Asako 1 and 2, and I really enjoyed those movies and so forth. He was describing that, and okay, he's adult, and I better watch this. I decided to stay with it, and I finished watching, and I would say technically, targeting for young audience, I think that's fine. But the story-wise, I think his movie is based on somebody's story, somebody's fiction, and he took the fiction. So script, I think maybe he wrote that, but the basic story is somebody else's popular fiction, probably. And so, I think about that. Wow, I have a little bit difficulty as a 73 years old person to watch this movie because so young and targeted for young people, and I don't enjoy as much anymore those things. But at the same time, I realized there's a lot of things that I can kind of delve into it, and that's interesting thing, and that's probably I should talk about it. Today's culture, when you get older and older and older, you cannot stay with today's popular culture. That's pretty much the same as the movies, music, books even. I think the most popular one is more or less targeted for young people. And so you kind of grew up with this young culture, and you go somewhere else. And when I was younger, I enjoyed the Beatles, for example. I enjoyed the very nice American pop music like Sherry, Hey Paula, and Be My Baby. This director was kind of interesting. I really couldn't delve into this particular format of young people's love relationship or whatever, and but I finished watching, and I have my own opinions, and I think as a movie making, probably it's good, but story based that this movie is based on, I think it's kind of a weak, in a sense that the love relationship for young people is like a very superficial, shallow, and they fall in love with just first sight, right? First sight, you fall in love for mysterious reason. Why you kind of drawn into each other, and that particular thing is pretty much like after me getting married and all these things happen, you that you experience that when you get older. That's not the way to fall in love with other people. It's not like a love at first sight. But when I think about when I was younger, yeah, pretty much love is first sight. And so for young people, I think that's very, very realistic. And this particular story is about this guy shows up and the beautiful girl, she falls in love with this guy. But this guy's lifestyle is very frivolous and free, wild and free. So he leaves without saying anything to her. So she kind of after a while she gave up and she meets another guy who looks like him, but characters are tremendously different. So she started to like him, and then relationship develops and she falls in love. But this other guy who left shows up later after those young girl got married with the second guy and having a nice married life, a happy life. This young guy showed up without any apologies or without any deep explanation why he left. And he feels that he is entitled to get this girl back. And she is seeing this first love drawn into this guy again and sacrificing this relationship or married relationship with his current husband. And back and forth fluctuate with these two guys. And that's kind of a very immature, stupid way of taking love. And but depicted, I think I would say, toward the preference of the young people's idea of love. And I understand that. So I was interrupted. If you want to know about Hamaguchi's, I think definitely Hamaguchi's has probably good skills of movie making, and for that I recommend. But if you're interested in content of this particular story, if you're adults, I kind of put aside. But if you're young, definitely I think you enjoy this movie. And so I really I look forward to the drive my car at the movie theater, because I think it just opened at the theaters everywhere in Japan, and that particular movie. And I think the US it hasn't come to the theater yet. But definitely if I see that movie coming to the local theater nearby, I wanted to see the movie. So that's my mumbling all over, I was a little bit disappointed in this Asako 1 and 2, just because I've become an old, crusty, stubborn person, I would say. And but if you're a young mind, I think you will enjoy this movie as well. So that's my few cents today. Okay, bye.